Hey loves, it's thePAbae. I'm back with another video. This one is all about my advice for getting into PA school and the application process. This is not a step-by-step guideline. This is not a code that you should follow exactly. I'm just thinking about my journey, what I did to get where I am, and hopes that it can help someone like you, whether you're just interested in the PA profession, whether you're preparing to apply, or you're actually working on CASPA, because I know it's open, so good luck with that. But yeah, sorry, I've been a little MIA. I had to take my general surgery EOR, and I had to study and cram a lot for that. So I had to take a little hiatus from recording, but I'm back. Yeah, so as always, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate you guys more than you will ever know, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, and that brings me to my next tip. Get to know these programs that you want to apply to. Once you get that list narrowed down, make sure that these programs know you, know your application, know your stats, and know your name, your face, all of that. I think that was instrumental in my application process. I tried to build as many connections in that program as possible. Like whether I was sending emails, asking questions that I already knew the answers to, or whatever the case. Like I attended all the informational sessions, well, at least all the ones that I could. My schedule allowed. My program would put on informational sessions like once every few months or so, or I don't know. But it would just be like breaking down the program. They had a couple of faculty members there, a few current students, previous students, and I went to so many of those I could run the informational session. And it would kind of be embarrassing sometimes because the program advisor, she's the one that always ran it, and I love her. And I grew to love her before I even submitted my application because we built a connection. Yeah, she would like call me out and in the middle of these informational sessions, and everyone would be looking at me, and I'd just be like, yeah, been here a few times. I met with the program advisor maybe 3 times in the midst of applying. We sat down, looked at my transcripts, my hours, and pretty much she just went over everything and gave her recommendations, advice. I got to ask questions. One time she had advised me to retake organic chemistry 2. She also gave me advice not to retake the lab. It was just personal advice, and coming from her, it held a lot of weight because she knew what, you know, the committee was looking for. And I got to spend a lot of time with her, and I just made sure that they knew my name and my face, basically. And I think that really worked out really well for me. I tried to reach out to a couple other people in the program. It didn't always work out, but I was just always trying to be present and just to build that connection, because if my stats and my application didn't get me through the door, I was willing to do what I could just to get my face in, I guess. And this is all right. So my next piece of advice is to really nail down what makes you stand out. What makes your application different than the other hundreds of applications that they have to go through, like in one setting or a few settings. Like the applications, they'll start to blur eventually. You know, oh, they have a great GPA. Yep, they meet all the prerequisites, of course, or they wouldn't be applying. So it's just like you have to find something, like find your niche, basically. And it's easier to do that early on. In undergrad, another student and I decided to start an organization on campus for minorities that wanted to go in healthcare. And it was a new organization. We didn't get it like running until my senior year. So I didn't really get to see it blossom. But, you know, being a co-founder in that was a big talking point in my interview, and they were really impressed by that. I also did undergraduate research the summer after my freshman year, so that was a big talking point, and that was a challenge because honestly, I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. I applied to be involved in this program. It's called UR STEM at NKU. And I was selected to work on this already ongoing project. It was in a yeast genetics lab, and it was correlated back to breast cancer. Honestly, I can't even remember exactly what we did, but I spent the whole summer working in that lab and working on that research, and that was pretty impressive, and they really enjoyed that as well. I was also involved in a lot of other organizations on campus, whether it was a biological honor society, a Black women's organization club on campus. I try to do it all just to make myself look like a really well-rounded person. I also worked full-time as a pharmacy tech while I was in undergrad as a biology major and a chemistry minor. So that was difficult, and I really got to talk about that in the interview as to, how I've come from humble beginnings and I've had to work for everything that I have. So that just speaks to my work ethic. And although I had a struggle with organic chemistry, I have a track history of putting the work in and making it happen. And that really spoke to them, especially like if they doubted my abilities with some of the higher level coursework. They know that I really wanted to be there, and they know that I had the work ethic to make it happen. So that was good. My personal statement, I had a lot of people review that, even like friends, my mentor, professors. It was just revised and revised and revised. I had help. And I tried to really highlight some of the things that make me, some of the things that I had to go through and why I wanted to go into medicine, and more specifically, why I wanted to be a PA. It's really important for these programs to know that you understand what a PA is and why you want to be a PA. And that always comes up in interviews, really. PA versus MD, or what is a PA in your own words. Like, be prepared to have an answer ready to go for that, because it's probably going to come for sure. So, all right, so that's about all I can think of. If I think of some more stuff, I'll definitely let you guys know. And if you have specific questions, comment below so I can address them. Just before I go, I would like to speak just a little life into whoever you are. I know this application process can be intimidating and daunting and exhausting. Literally, it took me about a couple months to get my application in, and I had already prepared before the application opened. So I know, I've been there. Just remember that it is possible. You can do it. Don't get discouraged. Whatever is for you is for you, and just put the work in. A lot of times I just had to remember just to keep putting the work in and do my best, and God will take care of the rest. And that's pretty much, it's carried me this far. So thanks, like I said, for watching, and stay tuned.